Well, when I started, it was a completely different set of tools than today. Somehow, I like to divide our profession in BC and AC, just like history. So BC is before the computer, AC is after the computer. Before the computer, it was extremely and intensively manual, so of course I grew up with a pencil, and pencil was my computer at the time. And so drawing, and the tools of drawing were, the usual ones, And eventually then you graduate from the tools when the work increases and you start to draw by freehand, as precise as possible and as accurate as possible. And I was pretty good at that. So for me, 1 inch was a particular length, both in centimeters or inches. And which is kind of important too, because it gives you a very good sense of dimension and therefore a good sense of scale. Scale is extremely important, And scale is not dimensions. Dimensions are physical and scales are mental. And so without the knowledge of one, you can't get to the knowledge of the second one, in a sense. Then there was a lot of glue, a lot of other materials, pasting up things, specifying type and losing type, and a very long and tedious process. Photostat machines, paste up again, oh God, what a life. I spent 2/3 of my life for nothing, in a sense. Then all of a sudden, God sent this incredible thing, which is the computer. It's like God sending Jesus Christ. It's that kind of a thing, I don't believe in one or the other, but I can believe in the computer. And so that was the great redeemer. So throw away all other kind of tools, and all of a sudden you could do things that were taking a long time to do. All of a sudden you can do it, and you can see while you're doing it. So that is a very, very, very exciting thing. Not only that, but you could do things better than ever in history. You can also do things worse than in history, all the time. Most of the people do worse things than ever. But good guys, they make better things than ever. And so that is a great tool to work. And this is what we use all the time. Now, since I'm medieval, as you can see, then I still use my pencil, and I use the computer mostly for email and writing and things like that, and Googling, and blah, blah, blah. And checking the words, as you can imagine. Not being my first language, I have to check spelling all the time. And then I have, people working with me, which are very, very literate in the computer, and so I can work behind them and say, a little bigger, a little smaller, yeah, like this, yeah, this is good, this is bad, try this, try that, it's that kind of operation. But which is very funny, in a sense. You cannot play the piano by telling a pianist what to do. Go a little more to the left or to the right, And the same is with a computer, really. You have to play yourself to get the most out of it. But, so it takes a long time to learn, too, So I don't think I have the time in my head to really use it in a good way. Computer is really like a pencil, it used to be. The pencil can do anything you want to, but you have to do it, And the same is with a computer. It can do anything you want, but you have to do it, It's a tool, when it goes by itself, it's a disaster because it's a very seductive kind of tool. The pencil, you leave it there, and it's dead. It doesn't do anything, in a sense. It doesn't move by itself. It doesn't offer anything. It is totally submissive to you. The computer instead, even by accident, offers you incredible, beautiful things that are very seductive. And if you forget about, or if you don't have an idea to begin with, it's very easy to be seduced, and that is not the good use of the computer, you know. So that is the way it goes.